guys, I'm Kirei.
I'm Meru.
I'm Sicky Face PPK.
And I'm Alice.
I can't.
This is fine.
Oh,
Hype.
it's Sheekery. Okay, I'm sorry. That's fine. It's Sheekery. It's okay. Cat is sick,
This is us.
and I'm delusional, and yeah, we're rolling tonight really well.
Rolling with the homies.
Rolling with the homies.
I had myself together like 2 minutes ago when we started this, and now it's all gone. So, Alice, do you want to tell everybody what we're talking about tonight?
Okay, we are going to talk about villains, redemption of villains, what villains that we root for instead of the heroes, villains that are redeemed and become heroes, heroes that kind of suck and are whiny, so we like villains better, and all of the sort of villainy evil that is in between.
I don't like
all of that.
I don't like Superman.
Right. I heard
I feel
you
like
that.
it's not the topic. No.
Right, but you said heroes we don't like, and I don't like
So-
Superman.
Yeah, but I was
So what you're
specifically
saying-
talking about Luke Skywalker.
Oh. But Anakin was whinier. Dang it, Alice, we're not doing this again.
Okay, fine. Go off on your Superman rant.
I'm just saying, he's like, the most epic superhero ever. He's not like, he's immune to everything except a tiny green little glowy rock, which is the premise of every single Superman episode ever. Just poor little Superman, he's all wussy now because of the little green rock. Somebody brought this little chunk of green rock. Somebody brought a green rock on a stick. Like, just, it's dumb. It's dumb.
I
Worst
could
superhero
explain
ever.
it, but I'm not gonna.
Nope.
She's like, but I'm just not.
Superman's terrible.
I'm gonna go there.
I'm just not gonna go there with you. We're not gonna do this tonight.
No? No? Now, come on, Jar Jar. Let's bring it.
Oh gosh.
Worth it.
She's like,
You and your Jar Jar.
You and your sexy, whiny Anakin.
It's fine when he's muted. I'm just saying.
It's,
That's
yes.
all I'm gonna say on the
Again,
subject.
you can't bag annoying, okay?
Well, you can.
Right, but
'Cause-
it's still annoying.
Also, if you look at the Harry Potter universe, and I'm not saying, yeah, I'm
We're gonna
rolling right over.
deviate. Left turn.
If you really look, everybody obviously, oh, Harry Potter, I love Harry Potter. But if you think about all the times that, no wonder the people in Slytherin turn out bad, because they won the House Cup fair and square, and then Dumbledore's like, oh, because Ron did a thing, we're going to give them some points, and Hermione did a thing, so we're going to give them some points. There's so much favoritism. No wonder Draco and them hate him.
Oh, snap.
Sure.
Like, how could they not hate him? They
Or
won.
Snape.
And then he's like, we're just going to keep giving points. And then they're like, it's tied now. They didn't win yet. 10 points Gryffindor for no reason. So, no wonder the other people hate him. I'm just saying that. Would you go through school knowing that no matter how hard you tried, you're not going to win because Dumbledore clearly favors the stupid kid with the scar?
Isn't that just high school? I mean, really?
Yeah.
That's just
She's
high
like,
school.
yeah. Exactly. That's why we hate it.
That's why we hate it.
I just opened a coffee shop. I gave up on trying to be the cool kid. I opened the coffee shop, and then I took everybody's money, and that was my life.
That seems legit.
Right, just profit off of the whiny people. I have a solution for you. See, Slytherin should have just opened like a hot chocolate stand instead of competing, and then they win every time.
Well, they opened the Chamber of Secrets instead. No, it wasn't them. But that was just too good to not say.
Oh god. Does anybody else have a villain they want to talk about now that I've started us off on this wild tangent?
Well, when you brought up Superman, I was saying that we could root for Lex Luthor. Because he's just a glorious villain.
Normally I would, and I love Lex Luthor, and he is one of my favorite villains. I'm still not going to get behind hating Superman, though.
I know.
I didn't say I hated Superman. I'm just saying I love Lex Luthor. I think he's a well thought out and executed villain.
Fair,
Except
right?
for Jesse Eisenberg.
No,
That guy.
he doesn't count. He's stricken from the record. He's dead to me.
He doesn't
Agreed.
exist.
No, I think I agree. I like Lex Luthor because, like, he is corporate America personified in a supervillain who is epically successful and, you know, makes Superman
And
look
he
like a
believes
giant
he's
wuss.
doing the right thing. And really, if this were to be a real thing and an alien showed up from some other planet with
The
all
lamest
kinds
alien.
of powers, wouldn't we hail him? Wouldn't we be like, yes, Lex, by all means, tell us how to protect ourselves from this random thing that could kill all of us anytime he decides he just wants to change his mind?
I know, but
about
all you have
how
to
he-
do is crush the little green rocks into fairy dust, and you could just, like, poof, fairy dust at Superman all the time, and just, like, you know, he's sad all the time.
Well, it's not from here, so there's a finite amount of the rock. See, I
Okay.
said we weren't going to talk about this.
Fine, fine. Wrap him in a blanket of this stuff, and he's done. Like, just wrap him in a blanket. He can't lift the blanket. He can't lift his own weight. Like, he's just done. Just like, here, Superman, taking you out with a blanket. Blah.
Talk about Dr. Horrible.
Oh, Dr. Horrible. Okay, I can talk about Dr. Horrible. So, to me, Dr. Horrible, who obviously is horrible, I had a hard time not wanting him to kill Captain Hammer and take over the world. Because
We do the weird stuff.
I had a hard time because I feel like he just wanted to be important. He was just
He's
like,
so
this-
much more likable.
He's so much more likable. And
Which
how
is
can you,
difficult because Nathan Fillion is such a likable guy, but you
It's
really
true.
want Captain Hammer to go down.
yeah. And how can you not root for MPH? I mean, I love MPH.
You kind of have to.
How can you not root for him? And then the whole time, like the verse of the hero being kind of a jerk because Captain Hammer was just a huge jerk. He was creepy and vain, and I hated him. I really wanted him to die.
I
Really.
have a love-hate relationship with Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
this-
yes.
Epic love-hate relationship. Like, first he's throwing small children out of windows and banging his sister, and then he's getting his hand chopped off and treated, like, so epically poorly you kind of feel bad for him. And then he's, like, saving Brianna Tarth and promoting her up through ranks of things and letting her go. And then he's, like, raping his sister. And then, I mean, it's just, like, it's this back and forth with this, like, oh, you're so, damn it, Jamie, damn it, you. Like, you just had to go and do the thing.
Every time you think he's going to be totally redeemed, something happens in his life that sends him back over the edge to the other side.
Right. The sister rape was pretty damn awful. Like, and even though now he's kind of like, oh, my sister's this disgusting evil person, and you think he might be on the verge of, like, you know, going after her and taking her down or helping people take her down, you start to wonder if, like, maybe, you know, the rape was just too far. Maybe it was too far. Maybe you're lost to us.
Maybe you're lost.
I'm sorry, Jamie. I want to like you, and then you fuck it up.
Oh my. Yeah. I agree with you. Like you want to start liking him, and then he does something else that you're just like, nah.
No, you're
Why?
a really terrible human being. Yeah, I get the feeling like they're gonna paint him in the next, like, season as this, like, you know, this awesome anti-hero that comes along and probably helps his brother and helps Daenerys, and he's just gonna ruin it
But
again.
probably not. Something else is going to happen.
I know, he's just
and-
gonna ruin it again. Like, right
It's
at
the
the
same
end, he's gonna choose a sister or something.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Exactly.
have another incest baby.
Oh, God.
It'll go back.
Right, because they need another one, really.
Well, they keep losing them.
Right.
They need to repopulate.
2 of them were fine, and one of them just kind of ran off and was stupid, but, it's just... Jamie.
It's the same as Rumpelstiltskin on Once Upon a Time. It's like he wants to be redeemed, and every time you think, okay, he's going to be a good guy now. He's going to do the hero thing. He makes a stupid choice. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, blah, why?
Doing so good.
I didn't get super far into that series, but where it finally lost me was when they paired him with Belle. I was like, nope. No, we're all done. You can't take my favorite princess. You can't do it.
But there was a whole reason for that, though.
I know, and Belle is sad, too, in that show. Belle is not this super empowered, woman that she is in, the Disney movies. She makes me angry in that show.
She makes a lot of good choices now.
Well, it's too late.
She's much different now, and it's great.
She's lost
trying
to
to be stronger.
She's lost to me.
But that show is really good for the flip-flopping across the line between hero and villain. Yeah. The Evil Queen does it.
Oh my God, Regina.
Yeah, I was going to say the same with Regina, yeah.
Yeah, Regina completely flips around and becomes a good guy to the point where she splits off from her evil self and has to fight the bad part and decide to kill that part forever. And you've got Captain Hook, who was a pirate, who is now trying to be a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then stuff just keeps coming up out of their past that just keeps making them think maybe they can't be a good guy. But you kind of want them to win. Because they're, especially with Regina, there's something so endearing about her. There's something, you just kind of want her to win.
Hook is
because her clothes are so cool. And, and she, she's a very cool character. She's written very well. She's played very well. And you just kind of want her to win. Whether it's for the good guys or the bad guys, you just want her to win.
I just want somebody to win so they can stop cursing.
Yeah.
Once and for all. I just need it to end.
So true.
I can't. I think I lost that show around the 3rd curse, so I was like, alright, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah, it was definitely when they got pretty deep into Belle and Rumpelstiltskin's story, I was kind of like, no,
well,
I'm
he was the
done.
Beast.
I know, but it's Rumpelstiltskin, and she's whiny, and I don't like whiny. I don't. And I love Belle, and they ruined her with the whiny Belle.
I'm just shaking my head at you.
I can feel the silent judgment coming through the computer.
Well, they did that a lot on Buffy the Vampire Slayer too, with Angel kind of going back and forth being a good guy, bad guy, and then Spike being a bad guy, a super bad guy, and then suddenly being one of the biggest heroes.
That is true. They feel like they do this a lot.
Yeah, it's actually there's actually a full official trope about that happening. So it's really popular thing. I feel like we can't talk about Harry Potter without talking about Snape.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah, you go through the whole series hating him pretty much.
But really, I mean, Harry's dad was a tool.
He was.
Harry's dad was such a tool.
And it was like you were saying the other day, how they built him up to be so...
They build him up to be this
iconic
pillar of community, and he was a jerk face.
Right.
And then Snape turns out to be the whole time just the good guy in wolf's clothing. So it's definitely a really popular trope.
I have, it's funny, I have more heroes that I dislike than I have villains that I like. I think every time they try to make a villain likable, I can see it coming from a mile off, and I'm kind of like, yeah. But when they try to make a hero like super awesome, or they just come up like a really dumb premise for a hero and they try and build off of this dumb premise, like then I get frustrated. So I definitely have a longer list of like superheroes that I hate, like freaking Aquaman. And then they made Khal Drogo, I can't even say it. They made him Aquaman. And so now I'm torn, because I desperately want to go see Aquaman, but I hate Aquaman because who the hell talks to dolphins as a superpower?
That's not his
You were just picking all the hot button issues.
I know.
She's doing this on purpose.
So good news. One of the things I really enjoy is an author named Gregory Maguire, because he takes the traditional like story or like fairy tale type situation and turns it on its head and tells it from the point of view of the villain, kind of like predating Once Upon a Time, but sort of the same idea where it's told from their point of view, so you kind of get the other side of the story. And I've loved his books. Like one was about Mirror Mirror, so it's I think told from this the mirror's perspective for Snow White. And then Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister is told from the stepsister's point of view, and about how Cinderella's kind of a jerk in the first place. And then, of course, Wicked, the most popular of all of them, where you get to see the whole life and times of Elphaba, and you get to like really get to know her and why everyone thinks she turned wicked and all this cool stuff. So he's one of my favorites because it's just a nice way to like see another side to the villain, which you just have grown up always understanding that they're just bad and evil.
That sounds kind of interesting. I like that.
If anyone ever wants to borrow them, I have them.
I do. Bring them all in.
Gibbs. No.
We can share.
You know, the one villain that I absolutely loved more recently was oh god, the blonde guy in Skyfall. What the heck was that guy's name? He was just such a perfect villain. Like he was so just over the top kind of Bond villain like, but he was so just good and as being like at being evil. And so he was hands down like one of my favorite characters in the Bond series ever.
I do love a good Bond villain.
Oh, Javier Bardem's character.
Yes.
Raul Sylvia.
That guy.
Maybe.
That guy. Oh, he was so good. I mean, he just oozed awfulness, and he was so over the top and so overdone, and it was so perfectly delivered. That one just made me happy.
I always liked the guy with the grill, like the silver teeth.
Oh, I know.
The Joker? No.
No.
I can't even remember which one he's in. Bond villain
Yes,
with
we Google it.
silver. There. Jaws. He played Jaws. The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy was pretty good. Raul, that guy. Oh my god. I mean, even he has the most evil name, Raul. Just sounds like a sexy Spanish nightmare. Like,
Well, it helps that he is like the twin of Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like,
yes.
when he doesn't have blonde hair, he is the twin of Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I don't see that.
What?
I know
I'm
other
sending you a
people see
picture
that,
right
though.
now.
You're not the first person I've heard that from. I just don't see it. Oh, it's okay for her to say she hates Aquaman, but I'm not allowed to say the guy doesn't look like Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
I said I'm just gonna send you a picture.
I say it's okay.
It's fine. I'm
We
just
can
gonna
hate
send you a
everyone
picture.
equally.
Speaking of villains that we love, can we go there? Should we hit the Negan button?
You might as well hit the Negan button.
Hit the knee.
Really?
Really?
Negan?
Not see, and if he was played by anyone that isn't Jeffrey Dean Morgan, it would be different. But because he's so good at it, like he's smiling and laughing and joking the whole time, you're like,
he's like skin crawly bad, like believable bad.
Great. And I mean, great.
I mean, yeah, okay, well then Joffrey, right, from Game of Thrones, like that kid had one role ever, and it was so bad he left acting. He was like, nope, I'm out. Everybody hates me. I'm done.
Well, he's also 12, so he doesn't have the endearment that Jeffrey Dean Morgan has.
So what's also funny is I watched Joffrey, the guy who actually plays Joffrey, do like a speech at like a college, and he's actually really funny and like likable.
Oh,
and you're like, dang it!
The cast and crew talks about how amazingly nice, and like he's like super good friends with the girl that plays Sansa. Like they all talk about how amazing he is and how super just nice and kind and thoughtful, and you're like, oh my god, he's such a good actor.
You kind of have to be when you're playing that character. You have to make a life choice and be like, okay, so for karma's sake, so I don't get hit with a bus for no reason, I'm just gonna have to adopt all the puppies.
Right.
Help every old lady cross the street and just put money in all the take a penny things.
Right.
From here on out.
But I agree. Negan is amazing because I mean, like, violence and gore and blood, they don't bother me, but watching him bash people's skulls in, I cringed and looked away from the TV, and I am not a squeamish girl. That was hard to watch.
And it's because he's so good at it. He's such a great villain. He's got to be one of my favorite villains now.
Yeah, and the worst part was it wasn't even one of the girls we know would not shut up about it on Facebook, and I was getting so angry at her because she not only spoiled the end to one season, but then she spoiled the beginning episode to the next season for me. I was so angry.
People were getting so violent on Facebook about other people spoiling things.
Well, I mean, and then she wouldn't shut up, too. It was like, it was one meme after another, and I'm like, I get it, he dies, thanks. But even going into that episode knowing who was gonna die, it was just this, oh my god, this is just unbelievable to watch right now. So I agree, Negan was amazing. Terrible Negan.
All I have to say is if you think the show is bad, do not read the comic.
I know, right?
Well, it's so much worse.
No, and I get, like, reading stuff, right? Because in my head, Game of Thrones, there's so many parts in Game of Thrones that are so much worse than the show, but then there's sometimes they take a thing that was awful, and you could barely read, and you had to put down the book for a week. I feel like when you can't physically watch the show anymore, you're like, oh my god, I think I'm all done.
Yeah.
The actor has done over and beyond any type of job he was ever required to do. Yeah, that was definitely Negan for me. I stopped watching that show for like a month. I was like, no, I just can't. That was really terrible.
Just not
I don't know. I just think he's great at it, and I think it really. I don't know that all of it was quite necessary, but I know it's necessary to drive the storyline, and I know that it's so much more tame than the comics.
Yeah. So much more tame.
When you're going to take something like that on, you have to put a good chunk of the grit in it.
That's
well,
true.
And there's only so much grit you can put on TV, right?
Right.
Until it becomes
So
like an NC-17. So I feel like there's a limit at some point that they can't really put much more on, especially, when it's AMC or even when you go to primetime, it gets so much worse. So I feel like there's a hard limit of what you can put in. But your imagination, on the other hand, has no problem running laps.
That is true. No problem. No
Coral.
Coral.
Oh Cat.
What?
It's just yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to tell my joke again?
Oh, you should tell your joke again.
Please do it.
Coral. If we were a book, would Norman read us? Coral! But,
Oh, God.
The best thing ever.
it's my favorite Coral joke.
She was telling us Carl jokes all before the podcast started. with her death voice, her death rattle she's got going.
It makes it better. Makes it better.
This does.
It really does.
Right.
Bodies the Rick spirit.
Yeah. You've got to channel your inner Rick.
Especially in the most dire of moments for him.
Oh my God. You sound like Death warmed over tonight.
Well, you know.
She kind of
Death and
is.
I became friends earlier.
To get her here.
What about a microwave?
I said we had to heat her up in the microwave to get her here.
It's true. Roll me out of it. It's fine. Oh.
Are you still in the microwave?
Shh.
So
Maybe.
I think I got a good one. I was rolling through like some lists of like, really iconic movie villains, and I came across the machines from The Matrix.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I really like about them is while they're harvesting humans, they are doing it in the most humane way possible, right? They're giving us this alternative reality where, we just get to live normal lives.
And you don't even know.
Right?
You don't even know what's happening.
That seems fine, honestly.
That seems way more legit than like the freaking War of the Worlds things that are just, we're here.
Right.
Your plant.
We're going to smush on you. Smush. Smush, smush, right? They just walk on you. It's fine. But these guys, they're just like, we're going to quietly harvest you while we give you a really, normal life.
Normal, full life.
Right. Which I assume you could do whatever you want with because it's, still a life. So you go do a thing and sit in your head instead of in your body, but you don't know that.
That is very true.
That kind of seems fine, right? I mean, like, if a chicken doesn't know it's asleep and you're stealing all its eggs, it's still happy and asleep.
It's still living its normal chicken life.
It's just living its chicken life.
Matrix.
Right.
Chicken thing.
Well, I mean, there were animals and stuff in the Matrix, so were those, like, made up by the machines, or did they have a bunch of animals?
Right. Maybe they have a whole nother facility somewhere with a bunch of cows in it, and then something else that has, I don't know, raccoons and whatever you harvest raccoons from.
And Floricon.
Right.
I feel like that's like a fairly nice villain, right? If you're going to talk about a bad guy, like that's one of the nicest bad guys. Like that's very kind of you, sir. Please may I have another corner loft in a very nice building in Manhattan.
Right.
Yes, you may. You may,
Right.
as long as you keep producing battery power.
Like if you just stay quiet and do your thing, sure.
You can have whatever you want. It's like a, it's like a machine sugar daddy. It's like whatever you want.
Right, a machine sugar daddy.
Just sit there and be pretty. Shh. I'll take care of this for you.
That's glorious. Machine sugar daddies. This week on Sheekery.
Machine sugar daddies.
It can become a whole episode of Maury.
Machine sugar daddy.
You are not the sugar daddy.
But you are the sugar daddy.
Robot 427's my sugar daddy, not you.
Oh my god, this went to a weird place.
It did. But it always
Well, it
does.
is us. This is fine.
All right, Alice, what other superheroes or villains do you got that me and you could argue about?
Okay.
I'm just trying really hard not to go into the whole, I am bad, and that's good. I will never be good, and that's not bad.
But that's the whole like the thing.
That's the whole thing. That's all
That's
of it.
the thing that they recite at the Badanon. Badanon. You know who's an excellent villain? Jareth and his excellent codpiece
What?
Yes.
from the Labyrinth.
Absolutely.
Oh.
You want him to win so bad because she is so whiny. You're just like,
Yes.
you said take the whiny brat. You said take the baby. I took the baby. What do you want from me?
Gee, I wonder what it feels like to hate the whiny one. I'm gonna stick it in and twist it. It's fine.
Because you were just blanketing every whiny character, and you can't really do that. It
yes,
has
you
to
can.
be
They're whiny. Just like, I'm
It
sorry,
is
you don't
not
get to
so
win.
well
You're
yet.
whiny. Whiny automatically disqualifies you from winning.
Uh,
How about Hannibal? Hannibal is hands down one of my favorite characters of all time.
I've never seen Silence of the Lambs.
what?
Oh, that just came out of her face.
I'm just gonna leave now.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go back in my microwave.
You've never put the lotion on your skin?
Oh,
No.
you're getting the hose. All of the hose.
Can I just has a bed with vape?
With a hose.
Rub?
No, you have to go in a hole with a bucket that gets lowered with the lotion.
But the Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh my. Well, no, you get lotion. No
That means
vapor
she's
rub.
never seen, like, the tuck and the dance.
Oh
And
my
the...
god. You've never seen the tuck and dance.
You've never seen the tuck and dance.
Oh god.
Not to be confused with the Tekken dance.
Nope. Don't confuse that at all.
Don't mix those signals. Those don't cross.
Who does Marcellus Wallace look like? Does he look like a bitch?
Oh my god, you need to see Hannibal the TV show, because that was just masterful, and I'm so sad that they picked the entirely wrong network to stick that show on. Like Netflix should pick up Hannibal, because Hannibal was amazing. And the movies were so good. I love serial killers though, cuz I'm a little screwed up in the head. So, hands down, one of my favorite characters ever.
I've seen the movies, but I haven't seen the show.
Oh, the show was
What channel is it on?
amazing. I think it was on NBC.
Oh.
I know, right? And it lasted like 3 seasons. So I'm kind of floored how long that show went. Was not shocked when it finally got canceled, because it was just dark. It was so dark.
NBC is not friendly to things like that.
I can't imagine you put like, a dude who eats people onto a TV network and everybody's gonna go, oh yes, I would have watched this. Like, that's just not the majority of humanity. So
At least on like AMC, where they're already eating people.
Right. They already have dead people who eat other people. Why not have a living one that does? He makes great meals too. I mean, he's a fantastic chef. So feel like
Well, I mean, like the potential that has on a network like HBO.
Oh my god. Oh, I need that in my life. HBO. Call me.
HBO.
Call me. Let's talk serial killers.
Okay, we still have to make a pilot for our other TV show.
Right, for Hulu. I'm still trying to get Hulu to follow me back. They unfollowed me.
Did they really?
They did. They gave up on that. They're like, oh god, we followed the wrong person. Our bot made a mistake.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made by our bot.
Matrix robot. You did not do good on this one.
Right. Yeah, they totally unfollowed me. It took like a week. So I harassed them for a week, and you guys helped me harass them for a week. They did not give us a TV show, and they unfollowed me. So
It's fine.
I feel like
There
it's a
are other
win.
networks. Fine.
That's just sad.
I know. We were this close to having our own TV show on Hulu. This close, guys.
So close. You can taste it, and then just left us.
All right. I think that is all for tonight. So I'm Kirei.
I'm Meru.
I'm the sicky face BPK.
And I say that you are bad guy, but this does not mean you are bad guy.
Zangief.
And this has been Sheekery. Bye, guys.
Bye. Machine sugar daddies.